Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What's going on, everybody? I am Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob. I'm here to talk to you about Kimball's Cookies. They've been our sponsor since the beginning, and we truly love them. They make custom cookies for every special occasion or holiday that you can think of. So order today, and you can order in sugar cookie, you can order chocolate. They have gluten-free options. They take care of you, and they're designed with love. I can tell you that for a fact. So check out Kimball's Cookies on Facebook, and when you order, use promo code SNOBS, and they'll give you 10% off your order. Thanks. What's up, everybody? It's the Scene Snob. I'm Mick Manhattan, and I'm here to talk to you guys about our awesome sponsor, Manscaped. They are the premier tool for your grooming downstairs. Summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? You're in luck. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0 is here. Complement your summer bod with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining, call your name, guys. Join the 2 million men who trust Manscaped worldwide, including myself and all of the hosts here, and get ready for Hot Guy Summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code SNOBS, S-N-O-B-S, and they'll get 20% off and free shipping. So go check out Manscaped now. They have amazing stuff like the 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Shaver, and all of their deodorizers and everything else are truly, truly amazing. I wear their underwear. I think it's just fantastic. But don't take my word for it. Go check them out yourselves because they have plenty of stuff for everybody. So go to manscaped.com and tell them the Scene Snob sent you by using promo code SNOBS. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Welcome to the Scene Snob Podcast. I'm Scene Snob Jr. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Well, I guess there's no more stalling. Of course, it's Friday morning. It is our new show, the Scene Snobs Podcast. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, because I don't know where my other co-host is. Fresh out of surgery a couple of days ago, but I'm here to entertain as I can. I just want to say, how you guys doing? Jason Taylor's here. Good morning, buddy. Paul, good morning, pal. And Jason goes, love his face. And glad to see you're doing well, Mick. I am in an immense amount of pain, but I'm here. So originally it was supposed to be both of us kind of bouncing off news and topics and stuff like that. Since it's just me, let's kick what we got going on. All right, well, first, I do have a rant coming because I want to rant about this whole Britney Spears and Bill Cosby thing, but I'll get there. For now, though, there's a lot going on in the world of the MCU. I have told everybody on our regular show that I am not really going to touch down on Loki. And I'm not. I don't want to delve too deep into it, but I am very excited about what's going on with the whole Loki thing and in terms of waiting for the future, because I'm very excited for Spider-Man in December. Of course, we've all heard the rumors about Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, and others all joining, kind of becoming in this one universe in the MCU. And I have been following it pretty quickly, pretty hardly, trying to, figure out what's actually going to happen, because there's a lot. They're going back and forth. There's been no trailer, and they're saying that Loki is playing a big role in it, about creating the multiverse and the Spider-Verse and kind of putting everything together. So for me, I would love to see I would love to see it. I would absolutely 100% love to see it. I mean, especially since Sam Raimi is going to be joining the MCU and, helping with Doctor Strange and kind of helping pull the multiverse together. I think adding his characters and then adding Andrew Garfield's characters, who in my opinion was the best version of Spider-Man. If you disagree with me, it's okay. Sometimes people are right about it. But, for me, like, he is the best version of Spider-Man, hands down. Not the best version of Peter Parker. But I did like him as Spider-Man the most. But I'd love to see them all join the fray and kind of working with Tom Holland's character. There's also we may get Daredevil, or at least Matt Murdock. Jace Taylor liked Andrew Garfield. Good taste, sir. Not accounting for, of course, all the Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I'm just kidding. If everybody watched, a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan and Jason, but if you watched this on Funny Science Fiction the other night, we did a little Van Damme bashing. Had a fit, but with going on with Spider-Man and stuff like that, I would love to see the worlds sort of come together in a sense of kind of how they do it in Spider-Verse, but rumors that I'm hearing are we could see in the future, like, Defoe's Norman Osborn staying in the keeping this rogues gallery. So Spider-Man's rogues gallery is built. We can get Sinister Six movies, stuff like that. Down the line a little easier because now we have all these villains together. Maybe Rhino, Jamie Foxx's Electro. So it comes down to, this opens up a lot of doors for a lot of things. Now, like Spider-Man 3 with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3, I don't hate the multi-villain act. A lot of people did. I don't understood that. Like, why would you hate having multiple villains? For me, like, you could do it, but it was just poorly written. They tried to back then. It's like they tried to make the villains a little too quick, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like MCU's really done a much better job with that. Making building up these characters over time and these villains and making us understand what they're going through. But we'll see what happens and kind of how it goes and what they do, because now we'll have established villains in Spider-Man that we know, and we don't have to worry about it as much, especially Doc Ock. I'm very excited for Doc Ock. I thought Alfred Molina was probably, out of all of the villains, and I did like the foe, don't get me wrong, but out of all of the villains, I liked him the most, and they did the best with his story, I feel like, making him a sympathetic character, but is a villain. Out of all the villains in the Spider-Man universe in that original trilogy, I thought he was the best. So him joining the fold is going to be really interesting. And seeing him finally interact, because he never interacted with Norman Osborn. He never interacted with James Franco's Harry Osborn that he was always interacting with. So it would be really fun to see them interact with each other and have to work together, especially personality clash-wise. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for everything that's going on, low-key setting up? And I don't want to put the spoiler out there right now because the show just came out the other day. But, opening up the world of the multiverse for multiple characters, for multiple of the same character, showing up. And what is that going to do? What is that? And what do you think for Doctor Strange? Because he's going to be in Spider-Man, and of course his own movie is going to deal with the multiverseness. So where does that go from there? What happens? So let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear it. So other news. So we had about a week ago, Fast 9. We're 2 away from this, from it all ending. Fast and Furious 10 and 11 will be filmed back to back, and now will be the last ones. But when is fatigue setting in? Is what I want to know. When does it set in for what do you call it? Fast and Furious movies. So has it set in for you guys? Let me know in the comments, and we'll bring them up. But I got to be honest, like I'm at 9 and seeing how crazy everything is. Like I have to go see this movie. My kid loves them, and I always enjoyed them, and I'm sure I'll enjoy this too. But like so much fatigue. I think we were waiting for so long with COVID and everything that it was too much, in my opinion. I think it just took so much away, and now that they're going to space and they're doing all this stuff, and it's just like, I don't know. I just, like I said, I'll go see it. Maybe I'll enjoy it, but it's not like the MCU to and not keep trying. They have established storylines they can keep going with. Like Fast 9 just kind of seems like the same movie over and over again, just getting more outlandish. Jason Taylor says they tried to add depth to 9, but there's a lot of ridiculousness. They definitely top themselves. But where does it end? Where's your cap? You say it tops itself, and I agree. I haven't even seen it, and I probably agree with you. Where how do you keep what is it like? I know they're money grabs, like we're all like in real life. Like I know this, that, and every other reason why, but where take this story? How far does this story go? I feel like Paul Walker, which horrible unfortunate accident and sad. And since we lost him, you lost a lot of heart in the story. Now you centered so much around these two, and you centered so much around this family movie, and you didn't kill him off in your series, which I feel honestly with everything was kind of a mistake, because now without doing that, he's still around. I understand, and I'm not going to put any spoilers out there, with this movie, because I did read about it and I read some reviews and stuff like that, spoiler reviews. I know where it goes, but at the same time, it's like you can't keep playing that game, though. At some point he's out. They take on aliens next level. That would be pretty funny. They're gonna just race space aliens. I did see a meme where it's Anakin Skywalker flying a starship, and then there's Dom in his car next to him. And he's like, Dom, and he's just like, hey, wherever we go, wherever family needs us, or something like that. And it's just it's the next logical step in the craziness of that story. Ugh, I just don't get it. It's when is it turned to becoming a cash grab? Like, I like the spinoff. I like Luke, Hobbs and Shaw. And again, more ridiculousnthey but at the same time, like, it didn't feel as over the top. It did action wise, but because it's these same characters, they didn't really take it too over the top. But then again, they also did, because they made a Superman that they fought. Like, so where do you go? But now you add John Cena in the mix, and it's like, I don't know. I think the behind the scenes turmoil became just as much of a problem as anything else that just didn't work for me. Excuse me. So you guys will have to excuse me a little bit. I'm, with missing Casey, and I'm 2 days out of surgery. I'm a little out, but please bear with me. So, but there's a lot of summer movies that are coming out now, and a lot going on into the movie theater, and I kind of wanted to get into that and talk about it. Like, what are you most excited for? Like, for me, I have there's a lot that I'm ready to get down. Part of me is, I want to see what everybody else is into. Like the Many Saints of Newark just came out, which was that's a big one. And I can't wait. I was a big Sopranos fan when that was on the air, and so I really like John Bernthal, who played the Punisher and was in Walking Dead. who's going to be playing Baller. And you're going to discover a little bit more. They have Michael Gandolfini, James Gandolfini's son, excuse me. Jamie's son coming in to play Tony Soprano at a young age, which I think is it's a pretty cool trailer. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But then you have what do you call it? You're going to find out more about Chris Moltisanti's Dickie Moltisanti, and kind of how he was such a wild card. And I'm excited for that because they left a lot, as much stories as they told you in the Sopranos days, they left a lot open. And, as much as I like this took place, I do really like that 60s, 70s mafia style movie. I love Donnie Brasco, Goodfellas, things like so. I'd really like to see where this goes, takes it, and how everything kind of plays out. Jay's says Halloween Kills. That's going to be a big one. I'm very excited for that. Well, we get down to what is it? Where does it take Michael Myers? And we're going to talk about that more. We have a Scene Snobs Nights where we're going to kind of get more in depth with the whole timeline that has created. But Halloween Kills for me is like, where do you take Michael Myers from here? Okay, obviously in the trailer they show you that how he survives and like kind of keeps going on, but and I like the aspect of the town coming after Michael Myers and such. But like, where it's for me, it's like it's an interesting case. Like it's interesting that they're going to continue it on the same night. I always liked about the original Halloween 2, which is not a part of this timeline. And then I think the third one is also going to take place. Like it's all going to be congruent, right? Take place one day after the next or whatever it is. Just kind of following Michael Myers. So I'm excited for it. I want to see what happens and where they take. Excuse me. So another one that comes out today that I was there when I first heard it was the Tomorrow War. But then I saw the first trailer and I was like, this looks legit. I'm kind of in on this. I like Chris, so I'm all for it. So I'm going to check that out this weekend for sure. But yeah, so he's basically a veteran. He and his wife are veterans. And then the world gets kind of called up by the people of the future and are like, listen, I don't know, 20 years time or something like that. The world is going to go to hell and we need help fighting this war or we're going to lose. So they start drafting people from like our time to go and like he signs up so his wife doesn't have to go. So, isn't become an orphan basically. And he goes in there and he fights a future war. And I kind of dig it. I like the concept. I'd love to know where the concept comes from. Like, was this a written story beforehand or anything like that? I don't know too much about it. It definitely seems exciting for me. Summer of Soul also comes out today. It's on Hulu, or you can check it out in theaters, which is about the 1969 Harlem Cultural Festival. I'm very excited for that because Questlove directed it. It seems like a really great documentary. So that's another one I'll definitely be checking out this weekend. So the Forever Purge comes out today. All right. So where are the Purge movies? I know I'm not quite done with them, but they are, because it became a TV show, like 2-season TV show and stuff like that. Like it's a lot. Like the last that I liked. Well, that's not true. I like the TV show. I like the first season of the TV show. But it was still like a lot. I really liked the first Purge, the fourth one. Like, so once we got to the fourth one, I watched that and I was like, all right, I'm kind of, I'm still in on this. I still dug it. And then they came out TV show and I was like, all right. But now the Forever Purge, basically jumping in and saying like, oh yeah, the purge ain't going to stop. We're just going to kill as many people as we want. It looks like it's going to get a little crazy. Is everybody excited for that one? I know I am. Just kind of see how the story goes, because like it's been even a part of a debate. Like, is this something we need? Like, I do like how they're kind of ending it with like, oh yeah, these people just aren't going to give up, and hopefully it will bring people back to realization of like, no, a purge would never be a good idea. Yeah, no. My kids are really excited for this week. So they're huge fans of Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University. And I love those movies. They're fantastic, and they deserve a lot of credit. Coming out with a TV show. Oh, hold on. Paul says, this one was good and has a great... Are we talking about The Purge? So let me know what you think. It was the Forever Purge. Least violent. Forever Purge was the least violent purge? That's kind of funny. I would have expected differently. Just to get crazier over time. But like I said, I'll check it out. But, it's definitely one of those movies that, like, how far can you go with this? It's getting interesting, though. I do like that the TV show kind of built to this, though. Built to, like, the idea that, like, it's not going to go away. Yeah, so Monsters at Work is another one that's coming out. That's going to be a Disney Plus series where it continues the storyline after Monsters, Inc. So we're going to get, what do you call it? Mike Wachowski and he are now taking over the Monsters, Inc. They, where it's not, they're trying to get now instead of course, Scream. So, like, and it follows a whole new set of characters who are kind of like the maintenance workers. It's going to be an interesting thing. My kids are so into this, man. They really are. And I dig it. I love that. Black Widow, of course, comes out next week. How excited are you for Black Widow? Because I feel like it's been pushed. I mean, I really want to see it. I love her as Black Widow. I wish she didn't get killed off and then going. I would have loved to have seen Black Widow sort of take charge over everybody, because I liked how in Endgame, at the sort of like the beginning, when she's running things, and she's dealing, with so much, but I thought she did a really great job, kind of running things. And I thought having her kind of come around to run things, now that, Captain America, changed mantles, stuff like that. I thought her and Sam would work really well together. And be the logical choice for Sam to say, okay, well, you run how things are going, like you're next in line on that. But he's still, of course, but I think they're probably going to have it as Captain Marvel kind of runs things, which, whatever. Hey, Frank says, guess who's here? What's going on, buddy? Guess who's not here? And I will probably be taking breaks a little more frequently, only because of, again, just surgery for real quick. But I do kind of want to keep going on with the month of July, like where we're kind of going with everything. What's coming up, stuff like that. So, Gun Milkshake. What's the name of that? Gunpowder Milkshake. I'm very excited for that one. That looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. That's like a John Wick type movie with Karen Gillian and Lena Headey in the role, like kind of taking over. Just looks like a female version of John Wick, and I loved Atomic Blonde. And I feel like this is going to be more in the same vein as that. So hopefully we get that. So that comes out on the 4th. So we're covering July at the moment. So what about one big one I'm definitely excited for is Space Jam. I know a lot of people are into it, but I'm definitely I'm all in for it. So You guys let me know what you think about Space Jam. I think they have stuff like that, like next logical step. You get what's his name, the best LeBron James after Michael Jordan, and this looks like a cool follow up. It's not. It actually seems all right, as outlandish as it all is, and I know it's outlandish. All right, we got. So the first one was like aliens coming down, of course. This one is, yes, AI, but they're using all the characters from the. I'm kind of. There's something a little more logical about that for me. I don't know why. I know, again, it's so outlandish and a little crazy, but I kind of dig it though. Let me put this in. I'm all for it. I want to see where it goes and stuff like that. So, what's up, everybody? I am back, Mick Manhattan. Of course, it is Friday morning. This was supposed to be our big 4th of July smoke show, because now Virginia is legal to partake in such recreate events, but unfortunately my partner could not be here, so I'm kind of doing a little freelance thing going on, so just talking about different things that are coming up. One thing I really wanted to argue the other day, and listen, I read up on it, and I realized how more angry than anything else. We got Bill Cosby was just freed the other day from been probably a 10-year sentence for basically being a rapist asshole. But he got freed, and this comes like pretty soon off the heels of Britney Spears' testimony. Now, what do the two have to do with each other? Much, but it is the justice system in a whole. So I wanted to rant a little bit about that. One thing that was kind of blown from a lot of people was that Britney Spears' father remained under her conservatorship. And it's to that point where, people were like, how's Cosby going to go free, but Britney can't? Well, Britney's case, the case that was ruled on was from November last year, where it was asked that her father be removed as conservator. Now, on July 14th, there's going to be a new ruling, which testimony she just made is kind of what that was for, that ruling. So we're hoping the conservatorship will end. The Bessemer Trust is pulling out of taking care of things, the conservatorship and stuff like that, in light of her space. So you got, but what bugs me is like it just comes so quickly. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court letting Cosby out, and now he got out on the technicality of he had a deal from years ago with another district attorney, a prosecutor's office, on another case where he basically damned himself, but he gave up information they needed, so they said they will not press charges and things. And the case, some aspects of the case that he that did put him away was a part of that, and that's why he got out. So he got out of technicality. So here's this free floating jerk off, who I take particularly hard. Loved the Cosby Show. I wish I was a Cosby growing up. It just seems so awesome. And then to go and find out about this, he's walking free. What an asshole. My powers of rant are a little weak. Maybe once I recover a little bit more. I don't know. It just really rubbed me the wrong way, especially after hearing Britney Money. And July 14th, we better see some changes. You better even this out for sure, because a truly devastating thing to see a rapist walk free and see this young woman who is stuck in her life. Like, she's just stuck in this life that she clearly doesn't want to be in, and nobody's helping her. It's just stuff like that, seeing stuff like that. I don't know. It really gets to me. And that one hit the nerve that day. It was like the day of my surgery, and I read that, and I'm just like, gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. This dude is getting off. Like, what is going on here? I don't know. It really bugged me. Hold on one second. Try. Yeah. So gonna be my rant for now. If I had, if it wasn't on my own, I'd probably be able to go a little bit more. But again, I'm a little out of it, so you'll just have to bear with me. So, I did not know this. Shatner calls Leonard Nimoy's Star Trek reboot cameos gratuitous. God damn, Shat, what are you doing, man? Why are you doing this? Leonard Nimoy was in one of those films, but it was totally gratuitous. He said they just wanted to put Spock, and I didn't admire that. He didn't elaborate any further. So, come on, man. Like, let it go. I see things like that, and it's like, it's like a senior old moment, but like, William Shatner has a way of doing things where sometimes, like, and I understand it puts him in the news a little bit more, but it's just kind of like, what are you doing, dude? Seriously. It's just ridiculous at this point. Continuing on, though, I was kind of going over like what's coming out in July and what are we excited for, or what's coming out the rest of this year. So, like, if you have other things that you guys are interested in, just let me know. Snake Eyes is another one that I really do not care about. It's GI Boot. That day I'll be home watching Ted Lasso, which is probably my favorite thing on the planet. I love that show so much. We got Jungle Cruise coming out, which, again, this Pirates Caribbean, don't really care. There we go. Shatter is jealous because he wanted to be in them. I know he did. That, you know what? You're killed off. That's what. But you got your character killed off in a great. He got his own movie. Meeting Picard. So you got two captains. The way he died was ironic. And of course it had to happen where they killed him off. Doomed dead in his timeline. So, what are you complaining about? No, and Nimoy was better for the role anyway. I think Nimoy worked better than having Shatner come back, personally. What do you guys think? Do you think that Shatner would have been fun? And I'm not putting down, having William Riker. No, having James T. Kirk come back. Well, but I don't think he would have added the gravitas that Nimoy did. Nimoy worked within that realm because he was around. He was working with Romulans. The story worked. And it made sense. Like, you would have shoehorned somehow. You would have had to retcon him dying and the whole 9 yards and everything. But he's just jealous. And stuff like that just really bugs me. It really does. Like, I can't get over how stupid some people can be, when they say that. So when I read stuff like that, I kind of get a little annoyed. Reason for it. But yeah, so it's stupid when I read stuff like that, and to hear somebody who I really liked. I liked William Shatner as James T. Kirk, and then to hear him say that about who appreciated doing that role, who really looked that he was in it, was is being trashed by it. It's just not right. Another movie that's coming out, like we were talking about with Marvel, it's not coming out this next month or so, but is going to kind of change things up. Now, I don't know much about the character. If you guys know something, please say it. But Shang-Chi. I didn't read much about him as a kid. Like I remember about him when he would come in and do team ups, and some of my favorite character stories. But other than that, I didn't really know his backstory. And for this movie to come out, it's going to kind of change things up big time. I think. I mean, of course, he's going to end up having to be. They wouldn't make this movie if he wasn't. That I'm kind of like how the Avengers is shaping, if that makes sense. I would love to see, of course, from nowhere. But this is going to be such a different type of movie to you that, okay, so you're opening up the multiverse with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, which are two of the next movies coming out. So that's going to be wide open, bring in a lot of crazy villains, bring in a lot of crazy things. Scarlet Witch is supposedly going to be a villain in Doctor Strange. And then, there was a lot of talk about the end credit sequence from WandaVision kind of being changed up. They added some trees. There's a weird reflective thing that moves to the cabin. They've added some elements to it, and let's face facts, Marvel wouldn't, unless there's a reason. So there's a lot of speculation about what's going to happen there, and I'm not going to speculate any further until I know. But Shang-Chi, you kind of open up the door a little bit because we're getting Abomination back for a little bit. It looks like he's going to fight Wang. So like I'm Wong. So kind of plays out and where that goes from there. And then you have what do you call it? The magic aspect of bringing. Can we mention the Yankees being in fourth place and 9 back? Well, we just did. So there you go. I'm a Yankees fan. So you said, can I fill in some time? I can fill in some time, but after the Yankees comment, I'm going to have to say no. But with the Shang-Chi thing, like we're opening up magic a little bit more, just like kind of Thor did. But more earthly magic, which I kind of dig with the 10 rings. I like, of course, by the end of it, Shang-Chi is going to get the 10 rings. So where do we go from there? How does that all out? That's going to be interesting. And like, how powerful is he going to be now on the, when he's an Avenger? That's going to be a really powerful Avenger right there. Interested. And overall, is this new Avengers team going to be? Okay, so let's not talk about mutants for a second. Let's not add new mutants in yet. Let's say they're going to be doing a Fantastic Four movie eventually. They'll probably be the least powerful members of the team in a long way. And we are live tonight with Cinephiles Flashback guest co-host Jeff Waskin. There you go, the Waskin. Of course, who is also host of the Jeff DeWaskin Show and who is also host of the stream. So go check out Cinephiles Flashback, which will be live tonight at 7 p.m. So I was live at 7 a.m. Still kind of am. So I'm anxious to see, like, where do we go? What kind of villains do we... I know Kang is a big one, so are we going to be getting a... What are we going to be getting coming out of here? We've lost a lot of great characters. Okay, we discussed The Last Starfighter. I love that movie. They're remaking that movie. So I just, when it comes down to, where Marvel is going from here, and the reason Marvel is going is because I did get fatigued, but these TV shows have been bringing me right back in. Endgame, I watched Spider-Man No Way Home, and don't get me wrong, I really liked it. I thought it was a really good movie. But I was just exhausted. I was so exhausted by all the build-up up to Endgame, watching Endgame, and then just being like, it's over. It's done. I'm exhausted. I need a break. But then to get to that point where, we do, where you have no, you don't know what's left. Like, you knew a Black Widow movie was coming after Spider-Man and stuff like that, and then COVID hit, and there wasn't a lot of, you got announcements and stuff, but like, you didn't really have story. I think that year off from all of it kind of took me out a little bit, and like, just so fatigued, so tired afterwards. I was like, I don't know if more MCU is what I need right now. I'll tell you, WandaVision, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then now Loki. I'm right back in. I really like what they're doing. It's got me excited for the movies that are coming up. Everything's building up to it. Honestly, I kind of feel like Disney Plus should do this a little more often. Maybe less movies, more TV shows. Take some of your characters and create more shows, even if it's one season or whatever. But like, you get these movies. Yeah, I just you get these movies and like they can get tiring, and it's just over and over and over again. But these TV shows, like, you get to watch them and you get to really enjoy them, and they still build the universe, and you can still bring others in, like Falcon and Winter, other characters in from other things. WandaVision did the same, and built on the universe in a way. Loki, of course, is going to be too. So, I really do enjoy it. I don't think we're going to see Kang the Conqueror in Loki. I think our first look at him will probably be, I think they said it, I think, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, are going to be they're going to bring him in. So he's going to be the big villain there. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, there's just this is like the most interesting thing going on in movies right now, in my opinion, in terms of like the bigger universe, just a lot happening and stuff like that. Like, it just I'm definitely excited for it. Those are probably the most exciting at the moment. I did watch recently one I would really like to put out there. I watched with my son and absolutely loved it. It was Luca. So Pixar, of course, always kills it, in my opinion. And Luca was one of those ones that I was not very excited about because I didn't know much about it in the beginning. But I really enjoyed, the aspect of like the friendship between the two boys and the young girl. And just kind of how they played everything off each other, and like even the drama aspect of it. Like, Luca was wanting to become, like, go to school and do things more like, Earthbound children do. Sea monster aspect of it was just such a really well done story. Like, I just, it needed a light shine on it because I don't think a lot of people saw it, and it was one of those things that was, I think, just so well done and so beautifully told that by the end of it, you might have a little bit of a stone heart there. No, but for sure, like, it was one of those things I really loved. It's definitely one that I will watch over and over again. My biggest one, of course, being, like, if we're going like kids movies, like, was it the Mitchells versus the Machines? That's my favorite animated movie of the year. That was a truly fantastically well done movie. It was the group that did Lego Movie. And if you haven't seen that, like, those two right there, that's a great back to back. Especially watch them, pop them on. They'll love them. But I think you'll love them too. Is just the Mitchells versus the Machines, which is on Netflix, and then Luca, which is on Disney Plus. Just truly terrific movies. I loved them completely. So those are ones that I put out there so everybody would go check them out. Paul says, "What are your thoughts on Ready Player One?" The first one. So this is kind of, a lot of people don't really like this. Ready Player One was my favorite movie of the year. It came out, it was 2017, I believe. I like the book a lot. I like the movie more. A lot of people argue that. It's 2018 was the year. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was my second movie of that year. Indy was my first one of 2018, but Ready Player One was very close second of that movie. It was what it was, and a lot of people argue that, and yeah, I don't understand what dislike that movie so much. It gave you this huge world. It was a fun, adventurous movie. It was a Spielberg movie through and through. I thought he did a fantastic job for it. It kind of people are against it. I did really enjoy Ready Player One, and that's one that I watch often. I will put it on if it's on TV. My kids love it. They thought it was fun and adventurous. Played well with other movies, and it introduced a lot of other stuff too. Like they really were like, what is The Shining? Like my 9-year-old's like, what is The Shining? I was like, watching right now, but it is a movie that exists, and it was a book, and so open up conversation and such. Like he really wanted to know more about Mechagodzilla, and he wanted to know more about Gundam, and he wanted, so as it went on, there's so many Easter eggs in that movie that it was so cool to see. And I think that was, of course, made for younger minds in mind when they did it, to kind of, establish connection to the past of what was what. Of course, Back to the Future, my favorite movie of all time. He drives a DeLorean in it. So, of course I'm going to be excited about that, but as we go on now, I think about it more and more, that movie holds up, and it's really good, and I can't wait for it. I want another one, and I thought you could do another one, but if they don't, I'm fine with it too, because it was a movie that was great on its own. I loved it. So Ready Player One is one that I highly recommend to people, and don't go into it with any preconceived notions, and knock it off with critics. Critics are just annoying at this point. Who cares? I don't know. When people start bitching and moaning about the movies and stuff like that, I kind of get pissed off, because it's you really never gave it a chance. A lot of people I found that were kind of really going after that movie weren't there from the beginning where they should have been. It wasn't given a fair shot, and that it deserves one. So I believe that they said they are making a second one, but I hope they change it from the books like they did for the first one. I do too. The books are good. The books are they're darker. They're a little, they're different. And that they lightened it up. I liked the Spielberg vibe for this movie. It deserved it. I'll take Ready Player 2, but Ready Player 1 still, in my opinion, was a very good movie. Now, there's a sequel to another movie that I thought was well done. I didn't love it. Well, actually, let's stick to the topic real quick because we have another comment. I love Ready Player One also. People need to let it go when something is not like the book. You still have the book. Enjoy. This is a different thing. Yeah, that's a really good time to elaborate on that a little bit. That's a great point. I love to read. I love when movies are made about these books. Anybody who thinks that a movie should be exactly like the book is ridiculous. And one thing I really liked about Spielberg's Ready Player One is that it played up The Shining, which I know, but it really played up The Shining, and it's so interesting that they played the movie aspect of The Shining versus the book, and kind of saying, I send up to this is the movie. Let it be different, and I dug that. I thought that was a little wake-up call to most people, because let's face facts. The book of The Shining is very good. It's a very good book. The movie of The Shining, in my opinion, and a lot of people disagree with me, but it is what it is. I just think the movie is a better told story, and it's still one of the best in mine. And as I get older, that movie becomes scarier to me. So, but when we talk about books compared to, and I'm not saying it happens with all of them, of course not. Like there are books in these, but everything is, the way we perceive everything. Like, of course, when you read a book and you fall in love with this, and then it becomes a movie, it never really seems to live up. And in some of the best ways, but I just think that you need it because if you don't, that's what you're going to get. You're just going to get a lot of hate and arguing, over it. And the same argument that's been going on forever. And I mean, let's face facts. Jaws is a better movie than it is a book. Like, there's tons of examples. Godfather's a better movie than it is a good book. Like tons of aspects to that. Now, here's where it comes in. I do like novelizations of movies, though. More. So it's very weird. Like if it's a book before the movie, again, not saying I don't like them. I do appreciate them, but I can detach. Novelizations, the thing I dig about that is you get, like I just picked up the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood novelization written by Quentin Tarantino because it's going to add more to it in a real movie. And I want to check it out. Because I do feel like that's a movie that can have more added to it personally. So novelizations are a little bit different, of course, in my opinion, because they add something different to it. They add more. Like they're not going to take away from the story that we saw in the movie. They can't because we saw the movie first, but they can add more to it and kind of give me more background, which I always enjoy. One horror movie that's coming out that I liked the first one a lot. I don't know why they need to make a sequel. I don't know if they needed to make this character an iconic character as if they're trying. Don't Breathe 2. So Don't Breathe 2 is, of course, if you watch it's about these three thieves, or young teenagers, are breaking into this guy's house who they heard have a lot of money. It's safe, and he's a blind guy, so they figure it'll be nice. And then you find out, like, the dude is like he's blind, but he's a straight up killer. He can use all of his senses to perfection, and like he's hunting them at this point. Like, even if they breathe, he will hear them. And that's why it's called Don't Breathe. You find out like he's kind of an evil character too. And anybody who didn't see that movie, I don't want to break my rule of like it's within 3 years, so you should go see it and not ruin it for you. But like he's got something sinister plotted in that too. Well, in this one, he's kind of becoming the hero of it, and I don't dig that. I don't like it. Don't retcon that for me. Don't change things up. Because he tried to make him sympathetic in the first one. For me, I didn't love it, but they did bring him back and he did do the crime. I'm trying to do this without a spoiler, and it's kind of tough, but he did do a crime, and he was doing something horrible. So like when you come back to the second one, and like now it's him like saving this girl, trailer, you don't know much more than that. It's pretty stupid in my opinion, and I like just make him the villain. Just make him a villain again. Like do something different where he's the villain, and that's how you make him an iconic character. But yeah, no, of course it's going to be we're going to because it's Stephen Lang. And Stephen Lang, I thought he was great and everything. But him now playing in this retcon in this character who's dastardly character and a hero just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm just not a big fan of it. So like hearing that there's a new movie coming out, all right, well, whatever. One thing was Uma Thurman was talking about the aspect that she hated about Kill Bill, and that was the yellow jumpsuit. Which, that sucks. Because I love that whole scene. Jumpsuit was absolutely perfect in that whole entire scene. the colors and everything, and the fact that she was wearing the yellow, which sent up to Bruce Lee, was beautiful. I don't, to elaborate on it, she just she hated it, didn't get it, thought she looked like a popsicle, a banana popsicle. She didn't know that it was like Bruce Lee, like a Bruce Lee send up, until somebody had shown her Game of Death and kind of showed her, so she sort of got it. But and it's become iconic, and she knows that. But she just was not a fan. She thought she looked like a clown, and I was like, yeah, you really need to rewatch those movies, because everything about that, like this color scheme, the whole nine, like I thought was just brilliant. And I mean, it's done by Tarantino, so we know how brilliant it's going to be. It's one of those things, you get the stars kind of revisiting, and you never really understand. I am going to tell you guys, because there's no Casey today, I'm probably going to wrap up a little bit early. If you guys are watching, join in, share some stuff with me. Like, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about summer vacations? What are you guys going to be doing for the summer? Not quite sure what we're getting ready to do. We were anywhere huge right now. We're still kind of holding out. But, with summer opening back up, like we think might go camping, things like that. Very excited to take the boys camping. They're at a very good age for that. I do love camping. Grew up with it myself. So it's definitely a nice change of pace, especially after last year, which everything was kind of shut down. But, let us know. We'd love to talk about it a little bit more, because summer's getting in. Like, what are some of your favorite summertime activities, things like that, like, kind of going for, we're doing, we're covering a lot of different things, news, stuff like that, going forward. See what happens with the change. Again, this kind of changed everything up, because it's supposed to be like a 4th of July show. We had topics planned. Unfortunately, I couldn't do them without a partner here, but I am, we are excited in the future to do that. But I do want to say happy 4th of July to everybody. It's going to be a fun weekend. At least it's a weekend. It's going to be a good time. Sorry if I didn't make you guys laugh as much as normal. But, hopefully I kept you entertained at least for an hour or so. For the weekend, go out, have fun, do your thing. Be safe, of course. Enjoy your family, stuff like that. I will be recouping a little bit and enjoying our newly legalized smoke sessions here in Virginia. I was never, I'll elaborate more on that next time we do a show, but I was never one to partake, but it's legal now, so I might start doing it. And it's got big mental health benefits, and I'm all for that. So with that being said, I am Mick Manhattan, of course, the Scene Snob, and you were watching the Scene Snobs podcast, a solo show this week. So I hope you guys have fun. Thanks for watching. Are now partnered up with NordVPN. I did not play the commercial at the beginning, but I did want to kind of let you guys know, if you guys are interested, go over to the scenesnobs.com, and on the NordVPN link, click on that. You can check it out, and we have an account connected with ours. So please sign up, and through that link, you'll let them know that you went through the Scene Snobs. We do appreciate it. We are also still doing our giveaway, 150. Once we're at 250 subscribers on our YouTube channel, we're at 204 right now. We will be doing this Rick Deck vinyl pop giveaway from Blade Runner. And 500 we'll do another gift, and then so on. It can keep going, so on and so forth, as we keep going up. So tell your friends, let everybody know. If you haven't please go hit subscribe on our page. Please leave us written reviews and ratings on wherever you listen to your podcast, especially. Just go a long way. We'll thank our patron supporters and our Buy Me Coffee supporters each month. It's like $5, but they're all signed up and they support us, and we love them. There will be added to the outro very soon, but just to kind of give you the wonderfulness. I am working on a new outro, I promise you. But like, yeah, Dan, Tim, Jason, Stacy, John, Paul, and Chris, you guys are amazing. And we did a monthly giveaway last month, and Paul won. Paul was our monthly winner, and he won the Deadpool Pride Month Funko Pop. And then we are doing another giveaway. July 13th, we will announce. It is a scratch-off poster, bucket list poster, 250 movies. What you do is you can go through and like you scratch off one every time you want to watch a movie. And then check out the top 250 movies. So definitely something interesting, something to keep you guys going. I know a lot of people really enjoyed that. But I want to thank everybody for joining in. It's truly been fantastic. And I, of course, am Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snobs. You can check the Scene Snobs podcast out every 9 a.m., hopefully every Friday morning, starting at 7 a.m. And we'll kind of keep going from there. All right. Thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And that's our show, everybody. Thanks for listening or watching, wherever you're checking it out. This show is brought to you by our sponsor, Manscaped. Go check them out. They are saving our balls, and they can save yours too, or somebody you care about. It's a pretty awesome device, so go check out what they got, the Lawnmower 3.0, the Weed Whacker, and more. It's a great gift for Father's Day, birthdays, weddings, anything. So yeah, head over there and use promo code SNOBS, SNOBS, and you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Also, we'd like to thank our super fan patrons. They are all Scene Snob family to us. They support us every month, and you can be one too. So head over to the Patreon channel, the Scene Snobs, and it's $5 a month, and you can join in with helping support us and get the free perks too. Also, you can follow us on social media. We are on everything at the Scene Snobs, so Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We are on Facebook, the Scene Snobs. Everywhere. We have fun stuff always going on, always have contests and stuff, so go follow us, check us out. You can go to our link tree by going to thescenesnobs.com. There's our link tree, there's our Patreon, there is all of our shows and the links for all of that, so thanks again for checking it out. Just head over to thescenesnobs.com where everything is, and we will talk to you.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.